Hello, welcome. This is the Teach Simple School where we're going to focus on algebra and specifically focus on the slope-intercept form. Thank you so much for coming with us today. We're going to go ahead and get started with number one. Suppose that the water level of a river is 34 feet and that is receding at a rate of 0.5 feet per day. Write an equation for the water level L after D days. And in how many days will the water be after 24 feet? So we want to first understand what the independent and dependent variable in this problem is first, okay? So we have L, which represents the level, and then we have days, okay? So in our equation, y equals mx plus b, we have to figure out what is going to be our y, what's going to be our m, what's going to be our x, and what's going to be our b. Okay? So the y is the dependent variable. So the dependent variable is going to be either level or days. Asking yourself, which one of those is more dependent? Which one continues to do whatever it wants to do no matter anything else? Is it days, which is a unit of time, or is it length, which is a unit of height? The correct answer is L. L is the dependent variable, okay? The slope we see is going to be 0.5 feet per days, 0.5 feet per days. And our independent variable is going to be D, days. The base is going to be where we start, 34 feet. Okay, so now that we have our equation, we're going to just take all of our variables and plug them into the equation. Okay, so we're going to take y and plug it in for L. So over here, my new equation is now going to be L, because it stands for y, equals my slope. Now, we have to first understand what type of slope. Is this a positive or negative slope? And what word in this problem lets us know that this is a negative slope? Let's read the problem. Suppose that the water level of the river is 34 feet and that is receding at a rate of 0.5 feet per day. Key word I wrote was receding. What does recede mean? Recede means to decrease, okay? So if I have a receding rate, that means I have a negative slope. So my slope is going to be negative 0.5. Our independent variable is D, days, right? Because X is going to be D days plus 34 days. Excuse me, 34 feet. And that is our base, B. So we now have our equation. Now we need to go ahead and solve for the problem. So it says, how many days will the water level be if it's 24 feet? So we have to understand, what is this variable here? We only have two. We have length and we have days. 24 feet, is that a length or is that a day? That's a length, okay? And you want to figure out the days here, okay? So if this is my length, I'm going to substitute that for 26 feet equals negative 0.5 days plus 34. Okay. We see here that we have our D is what we're trying to solve for, and then we have a plus 34, so we're going to subtract 34 on both sides. That's 34 feet as well. This is going to cross out 28 minus 34. If I move it over here, that's going to be negative 8 equals negative 0.5 days. Point 0.5 days. So we're going to divide 0.5, negative 0.5 days on both sides. D equals negative 8 divided by negative 0.5, and the correct answer for that is 16 days. 16 days, okay? So we first used the y equals mx plus b equation, figured out what those variables and numbers were, made our own equation, and then we solved for one of the variables that was given. Please put any questions in the comments if you have any questions. Thank you.